Are you looking for a way to help your students or children improve their reading skills? Multisensory learning could be the answer. This approach engages multiple senses to make learning more effective. And stick around to the end of the video and I'll share with you how to access free worksheets that support multisensory learning so you can start using them today to help kids succeed at school and at home. Hi, I'm Margaret, a physical therapist and mother of 6 from Your Therapy Source. I'm here to provide you with resources and activity ideas to help children reach their full potential. Earlier this week, I sent an email about all the benefits of multisensory learning, so I thought a video would be a really good way to talk more about this topic. And these videos are meant to be a conversation. Jump in the comments, share your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you're using multisensory techniques in your classroom or at home to help reinforce learning. So let's get started and talk about the science behind multisensory learning. Multisensory learning involves using visual, auditory, kinesthetic, tactile methods to reinforce reading and other academic skills. The science of reading tells us that effective instruction needs to be systemic, explicit, and based on how the brain processes written language. Multisensory instruction aligns perfectly with this because it engages different parts of the brain, which can help to improve both memory and understanding. When students use more than one sense while learning, they build stronger neural connections that makes it easier to retain and recall this information later on, our memory. So whether a student is visualizing a letter, hearing its sound, physically tracing it, these multiple inputs strengthen their understanding, for example, of a letter. And this approach is particularly helpful for students with learning differences like dyslexia or sensory processing disorder. So it also benefits all learners, though, because it provides a richer, more engaging learning experience. So let's talk about some of the really key benefits of multisensory instruction. First of all, research has shown that it enhances several key reading skills. So to start with, it enhances reading skills, enhances multiple senses, improving students' grasp of letter-sound relationship, which is critical for reading. For example, a child learning the letter B might see it, hear its sound, and trace it with their finger, creating multiple layers of learning that reinforce each other. It helps to improve spelling abilities. Spelling is another area that greatly benefits from multisensory learning. By connecting a word's sound to its visual representation and physical movement, students are better able to understand and remember spelling patterns. For example, saying a word out loud while tracing it in sand combines auditory, visual, and tactile learning, makes spelling easier to retain. It also helps to develop phonological awareness. So phonological awareness is the ability to recognize and manipulate sounds and words, and obviously it's essential for reading fluency. Multisensory activities like clapping out syllables or tracing letters while saying their sounds help students build a strong foundation in decoding, which leads to more fluent reading. Probably you're doing some of this already. So many classrooms clapping out the sounds, tapping. So that's an example of multisensory learning for phonics. So, like I said, maybe you've tried other multisensory activities in your teaching. Let me know in the comments what's worked well for you and what creative ideas you've used. So let's talk a little bit more about creative multisensory activities to support literacy. And these are easy ways that you can bring this type of learning into your classroom or at home. And these activities will not only make learning more engaging, but it also helps to strengthen literacy skills by engaging multiple senses. And you could obviously do this with math too. Try sensory bins for letter exploration. Fill bins with materials like rice or sand and hide letters inside. Kids can dig through to find and identify the letters using touch and sight to reinforce recognition and phonics. This is great for the younger kids, preschool, kindergarten level. Music and movement. Turn phonics lessons into a physical activity by adding music and movement. Kids can dance or march while practicing letter sounds or blends, combining auditory and kinesthetic learning in a memorable way. You can practice sight words this way. There's lots of things you can do with music. How about go outside? Grab some sidewalk chalk and have students write letters, words, or sentences on the pavement. Then hop or skip from one to the next. It's a great way to reinforce reading skills with movement, visual engagement, and get some outdoor time, which we know our kids really need. How about something easy in the classroom? Give them some scented writing tools. Students love these. So kids can practice writing letters or words while the unique scents create a fun and memorable experience that again helps reinforce learning. Try storytelling with some texture. Add a tactile element to storytelling by incorporating textured materials. For instance, use soft fabric to represent a character's blanket or sandpaper for a path in the story. It makes reading more interactive and helps deepen understanding of the text. How about some interactive word walls? You can create interactive word walls using magnetic letters. So many teachers do this. Velcro backed words that you've laminated, words on blocks. Students can move the words around to form sentences or practice spelling, combining visual, tactile, and kinesthetic learning. You can use multisensory instruction across disciplines. Like I mentioned before, it's not just for reading and literacy. You can incorporate it into occupational therapy, physical education, physical therapy, like I do, speech therapy, and even counseling to support literacy development. So, for example, in occupational therapy, they can enhance literacy instruction by using fine motor activities like tracing letters in sand or forming letters with clay. And these activities strengthen both motor coordination and literacy skills. So they help the student reach their goal across multiple disciplines. In phys ed, you can create obstacle courses where students have to identify letters or spell words at different stations. It integrates movement with literacy, making learning more dynamic. In physical therapy, what I often used to do, I would have balance exercises and letter recognition tasks together. So you're engaging both cognitive and physical skills as they move along a balance beam and reading words, or throw bean bags at letter cards while maintaining balance on that balance beam, combining literacy with motor development. Speech therapists can pair sound production with visual aids, such as letter cards, to help students connect the sounds they produce with the letters they see. Obviously, this is their wheelhouse. They're really good at this. So if you have questions, ask the speech therapist. Tactile activities like tracing letters while saying sounds, again, reinforce both phonological awareness and literacy skills. In counseling, multisensory activities can reduce anxiety around reading. Using calming tools like fidget toys, calming textured stickers, or stress balls alongside literacy exercise can help students feel more comfortable and engaged in their learning. So if you want to get started, at your therapy source, we have some free worksheets that incorporate multisensory learning strategies. These worksheets include activities like tracing letters, matching sounds, movement-based games that integrate literacy skills with sensory input. So you can download them now. Check the link in the comments. You can head on over to your therapy source and just search multisensory learning in the search bar, and you will come up with a lot of free activities and more information on this topic. Multisensory learning is a powerful approach that can make a real difference for students, especially when it comes to reading. It's fun, engaging, and proven to work. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips and resources. And again, let me know how you're using multisensory learning in your classroom. I'd love to hear your stories. All right, see you next time.